Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nour. In this video, I want to explain about these terms. Accent. Accent refers to the variations in the pronunciation. Accent deals with phonetics and phonology. Accent is very important to make your speech intelligible. An American might pronounce the word hello by speaking the H sound. A British might pronounce the word hello without speaking the H sound. This is still the same word, just spoken with a different accent. Dialect. Dialect is a particular version of a programming language. Dialect refers to a variety of language that contains distinctive variation in grammar, syntax, vocabulary, and pronunciation. And dialect deals with many areas such as from morphology, phonology, syntax, and semantics. A Northern American might say hello. A Southern American might say howdy. This is an example of the differences in dialect. Stress. Stress is the degrees of emphasis given a sound or syllable in speech, also called lexical stress or word stress. A stressed syllable has a longer, louder, and higher sound than the other syllables in the word. Word stress rules. One word has only one stress. We can only stress vowels, not consonants. For examples, stress on first syllable, present, and clever. Stress on last syllable, present. Compound words, words with two parts, blackbird, bad-tempered, understand. Intonation. Intonation in phonetics, the melodic pattern of an utterance. It conveys differences of expressive meaning, surprise, anger, or delight, and it can also serve a grammatical function. At its simplest, intonation could be described as the music of speech. A change or variation in this music or pitch can affect the meaning of what we say. We can therefore think of intonation as referring to the way we use the pitch of our voice to express particular meanings and attitudes. 1. Falling intonation. A falling intonation is very common in questions. Where's the nearest post office? Also, when we want to be very clear about something, I think we are completely lost. 2. Rising intonation. Rising intonation is common in yes-no questions. For example, are you thirsty? Are you thirsty? 3. Fall rise intonation. We use fall rise intonation when we request information. The intonation pattern makes the question sound more polite. Would you like another coffee? Received pronunciation. Received pronunciation, or RP for short, is the instantly recognizable accent often described as typically British. RP is an accent, not a dialect, since all RP speakers speak standard English. RP is the only British accent that has no specific geographical correlates. Articulatory phonetics. Articulatory phonetics is the branch of phonetics concerned with describing the speech sounds of the words languages in terms of their articulation. That is, the movements and or positions of the vocal organs, articulators, lips, teeth, tongue, and nasal cavity. Velum, the subpalate. The subpalates are the subversion of the roof of the mouth lying behind the hard palate. The velum performs two important roles in speech. The tongue body hits it in order to make the sounds k, g, and eng. Alveolar, the name comes from alveoli, the sockets of the teeth. Consonant sounds that are produced with the tongue close to or touching the ridge behind the teeth on the roof of the mouth. The consonant sounds T, N, and D are all alveolar consonants. Dental, articulated with the tongue tip touching the back of the upper front teeth or immediately above them. Examples of dental sounds in English are bilabial. Bilabial sounds involve the upper and lower lips. In the production of a bilabial sound, the lips come into contact with each other to form an effective constriction. In English, P, B, and M are bilabial sounds. Vowel, one of a class of speech sounds in the articulation of which the oral part of the breath channel is not blocked and is not constricted enough to cause audible friction. A vowel is any sound with an audible noise produced by constriction in the vocal tract. Vowel sounds A, I, U, E, O sometimes we convey to consonant. Speech sound produced by human beings when the breath that blows out through the mouth is blocked by the teeth, tongue, or lips. Consonant sounds T, G, F, or Z are all consonants. Consonants are all the non-vowel sounds. Squa. Squa is the name for the most common sound in English. It is a weak, unstressed sound, and it occurs in many words. It is often the sound in grammar words such as articles and prepositions. Getting the squa sound correct is a good way of making your pronunciation more accurate and natural. Quadrilateral, a flat geometric figure of 4 sides and 4 angles. A complete quadrilateral consists of 4 lines and their 6 points of intersection. Diphthong, 2 vowel sounds combined within a syllable. A diphthong is a vowel in which the speaker's tongue changes position while it is being pronounced, so that the vowel sounds like a combination of 2 other vowels. For examples, 8 common English diphthongs: down, light, play, hair, dear, slow, toy, sure. Triphthong, 3 vowel sounds combined within a syllable. A phonological unit consisting of 3 successive vocalic sounds in one syllable. For example, hour, player, mower, employer. Vocal folds. The vocal cords, also called vocal folds, are 2 bands of smooth muscle tissue found in the larynx voice box. The vocal cords vibrate and air passes through the cords from the lungs to produce the sound of your voice. Adam's apple. An Adam's apple is simply a name for the area of the thyroid cartilage that appears more prominent on the front of the neck. Cartilage is the main type of connective tissue seen throughout the body. It serves a variety of structural and functional purposes and exists in different types throughout our joints, bones, spine, lungs, ears, and nose. Arytenoid cartilages. The arytenoid cartilages are a pair of small 3-sided pyramids which form part of the larynx, which the vocal cords are attached. Glottis, the middle part of the larynx, the area where the vocal cords are located. Aggressive pulmonic airstream. The majority of human sounds are produced by an aggressive pulmonic airstream. This movement describes an outgoing airstream produced by the lungs and is regarded as the only airstream mechanism that uses lung air. Phonation is the production or utterance of speech sounds. Plosives are the kinds of sounds which airflow from the lungs is interrupted by a complete closure being made in the mouth. For example, push, pull, down, cold, gold. Fortis and lenis. Fortis is strongly articulated, hence voiceless, while lenis is weakly articulated, hence voiced. Fortis consonants such as the P in pet, lenis consonants such as the B in bat. So I think that's all for my explanation of these terms. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.